Okay, yeah, we are live. Hi everyone, welcome to Tech Maestro. My name is Karan, and today we are back with our weekly live session after a very long time. Today I have Saurabh with me. Saurabh is a software engineer at Amazon, and this is one of our most awaited sessions that we wanted to do for a really long time. And in this session, we'll talk about how do people or how can you move from a service based company to a product based company, especially a fang kind of company like Amazon. So without any delay, I'll let Saurabh introduce himself, and then probably we'll talk about this session in detail. So Saurabh, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, sure. Hey, Karan, and hey, everyone. And thank you so much, Karan, for having me on the show. So, as Karan introduced me, I am Saurabh Khandilwal, and I have been working at Amazon as an SD1 for like 10 months now, and it's been a really great experience. And earlier, I used to work at TCS for the digital profile, and I had worked there for around 2 years. And as Karan had mentioned earlier, today we'll be talking about how can someone switch from a service-based company to a product-based company. I will be happy to take your queries. Karan would also be asking me some of the questions that you already have. So yeah, over to you, Karan.
Thank you. So yeah, definitely. This is like one of the most common topic slash query that even I get asked. I'm sure like you would have been getting these questions a lot as well on LinkedIn, on different platforms, social media platform, in network or everywhere. So the question is like, भैया मैं Infosys में हूँ, TCS में हूँ, XYZ, Capgemini. There are so many service based company, and how do I go into a product based company, a good startup, or companies like Amazon, Microsoft is a dream company. And so this is the reason we came up with this session. And let's start with the very basics and the most difficult part, like how did you apply at Amazon?
So, I guess by now everyone knows that the most difficult part about this process is to get the interview calls that you had mentioned also. So I have I had applied at Amazon multiple times, both with and without referral, and I was not getting shortlisted even once. Like so I was making those mistakes that everyone makes, like not having your resume in proper format, or not having good projects on your resume, or not having a good coding profile, and XYZ. So I didn't get call from Amazon even with or without referral. I don't know the exact count, but I might have applied at least half a dozen times. So
Oh,
then so then now there is another option. If people are not aware that these companies, not just Amazon, even other ones, have their hiring challenges regularly going on various platforms, HackerEarth being one of them. So this is where I applied at Amazon's hiring test and got shortlisted from. Luckily that worked out. So they had like a programming contest where you had to solve two questions in some amount of time.
oh, okay. So basically, so far in all the videos, if you have seen, or basically in anywhere, most of the time we discuss about getting a referral, talking to recruiter on LinkedIn, applying directly on website. This is definitely a different and definitely a very effective manner. So I've seen like LeadCode has also started collaborating with Amazon on their weekly
Right.
challenge. So LeadCode is also definitely a good place that will improve your coding skills, as well as give you chance to get a call back from good companies like Amazon, Microsoft, and whatnot. So definitely. So okay, applying. You said like you have applied more than half a dozen times, like 6, 7 times, and you never got a call back. This is definitely, I want to if you don't mind, like I want to highlight it even more. Like how many companies did you apply at? How often did you get to hear back from recruiter, and did you get ghosted by the recruiter multiple times?
So I don't remember the count exactly, but so when I was in TCS, I guess the 3 month notice period and other things made the process the most difficult. So I got get these queries in DM as well on LinkedIn, that they are not getting called due to this thing. So I like used to apply at any career portal, be it Naukri or InstaHire. So I don't know the count, but I might have applied at many of those places, and I didn't hear, like most of them didn't even respond. Some did respond, but they were offering less than what I was already getting at TCS.
Okay.
So so I obviously, as I mentioned, applied at Amazon, might have applied at Microsoft and other places as well, but I didn't get any call in the first place to begin with.
Okay. So, I, to be honest, I asked this question to make sure or to let everyone who is watching this video, live or recorded, doesn't matter. This is a part of a process. It's true for everyone. Like, you don't get call back every single time. You don't get responded back by every single message or email that you send. You have to be persistent, like he was. Like, he applied 6 times, and then after, on the seventh time, or maybe on eighth or 10th time, he applied through a different mechanism and got a call back. And so this is very important. Keep trying. Getting the interview is the most important and the most difficult section of the entire interview process. So keep applying. Apply at multiple places. Ask for referral from multiple people, so that the chances of getting a call back improves. So this is something that I really wanted to highlight, and I asked this question. So now we know that, like, okay, let's assume somebody applied 100 times and they got a call from companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, or whatnot, depending on the company. I now let's talk about Amazon. What was the interview process at Amazon for you?
Right. So basically, usually they do a online assessment, but for me it was not there because I had already given an assessment. So I was directly sent to virtual on sites. So there were three virtual on sites on the same day. Because I had applied for SD1 role, they only had algorithm and data structure based questions, and some related to basic CS concepts. And basically in each round you can also have behavioral questions based on Amazon's leadership principle. And talking about the difficulties of the problem, mostly they were lead code medium. So yeah, having, as you mentioned earlier, having coding profile and participating in the contest or doing problem helps. By the way, Tech Maestro, like, they do daily challenges, do check out them if you're not doing it already. So that will help you with consistency. That is like most important thing about this process. So then finally, after three first virtual on-site, I had another one, which is Amazon's bar raiser round. Again, it
Mhm.
is like uh, technical, which involves coding plus behavioral round, more focused around the behavioral, but it does have coding round, coding questions as well.
Okay. So this is something that I'd like to focus again. Behavioral rounds in almost all the fan companies are very, very important. Don't take them lightly. I know it is very common nowadays, and people take that seriously now. But I really want to emphasize this, because people get rejected even after giving solid performance in DSA rounds. So don't take behavioral questions or hiring manager rounds lightly. Do prepare for them. It doesn't take more than 2 days to prepare for them, but those 2 days can be a make or a break situation for you. So don't take that lightly. Okay, now we know you got the interview. You have understanding of the basics of the interview process. How did you prepare for it? And I'd like to, before I let you answer this question, I'd like to say one thing. Like I said, in getting interview question or getting interview callback is literally the most important and the most difficult part of the section.
Correct.
So when you get a callback, be sure that you are prepared for it. So, and be sure to hear about the section very,
Right.
like, don't be half-hearted at this section of the video. So yes, sort of.
Right. Yeah, so basically when I got called from Amazon, I was like actually doing consistently doing lead code for around an like maybe an year. So uh, so for preparing specific to Amazon, I just had to go through Amazon specific interview experiences.
Mhm.
Then there is this website called, I mean, lead code everyone knows, and if you are doing it, great, but you can check out binarysearch.com as well. So
Mhm.
it's like lead code, but if you don't have the lead code premium, you can get company tech problems from free there. And they have some concept called rooms where you can like part do pair programming. Basically, if you are doing placement preparation with some friend, then you can there, join rooms, and they will give you a list of problems to solve in some time, which you can discuss in the chat room. solve basically in collaboration. So that is why also where I used to practice. Not many know about that, but it's also a great resource.
Hmm.
And uh, I think at this point many know about, there are many great as for talking about resources YouTube channel. So not going into that, but there is this website called CP algorithm. If you want to learn about resource, some particular thing, then that can be a good resource.
Okay. Uh, okay. Sorry.
But yeah, just sorry to interrupt, but being consistent is, I think, is the most important. You can use lead code daily challenges to build on to that.
Right. So, just to add on to what Saurabh just mentioned, first of all, previous to the thanks to the previous answer where you mentioned Tech Maestro's daily challenge. So we have a 75 days of coding challenge where we give coding problems to a person every single day, and you solve from the very basics till a very advanced. Like right now we are working on DP, and people have been practicing for last 50 days, and I've seen like I've actually and most of them got a very good job offer during this entire season itself. So it's definitely a something that worth checking out. So do check that out. The videos are present uh, in the channel itself. Apart from that, I have attached a link to a GitHub repository that I personally maintain, which contains list of resources for each and every aspect of the interview: low level design, high level design, behavioral questions, DSA, everything in a very structured manner for a beginner to advanced level. You can check that out as well. And definitely lead code challenges and binary search is a very good resources. So do check that out. And in the meantime, I will also like to say, if you haven't done that, please click on the subscribe button, because this after this a lot of people just drop out of the video. And so do click on the subscribe button, and that helps us stay motivated and bring all the videos that like today for all of you. Okay. So that's more or less that is something that I had for today. Any tips for the people watching this video before we start taking the questions from the audience?
Right. So basically, first step that I had already mentioned, that being consistent is important. I mean, if you are like you, most of many of the users that are watching that video, they may be feeling that they are not seeing any improvement. But like, if you like keep doing those challenges, eventually you will see improvement. I mean, solving one problem a day is better than solving 10 problem once and then not doing anything for weeks.
Correct.
And another yeah, and another thing is that we have already discussed, in that don't get disheartened by not getting calls or even getting rejected in interviews. I do know some people who are like very good and skilled, but they still got rejected by Amazon or some other company. I mean, if it's not your day, you can get rejected even if you have prepared. So don't get too attached to that result, and I mean, keep trying, may and definitely you will get someplace better. That's
Oh,
all I want to say.
definitely. I definitely this is something I've seen as well. I've faced myself. I've seen people. There's a video on our channel with Digvijay. He's a software engineer at Google. He's literally the best software engineer I've ever seen in my life. And he got
Right.
rejected by multiple companies back to back. And just after 4 months, he got placement offer or offer from literally all the top companies, including Google, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, all the companies. So
Right.
it depends. It's all about the day as well. So make sure that you don't get disheartened. You stay alive and you keep trying. This is very important.
Correct.
Okay, now we'll take questions from the audience. So
Sure.
the first question is, uh, was your profile SD1 or SD2?
Hi, Sandeep. So it's basically SD1.
Okay. Okay, so we have one questions from A to Z. Bro, I'm a third years in IIT branch from tier 3 college. What I'm doing for preparation to crack the off campus placement? What am I doing? Okay, sorry for my poor English. Good vibes, good vibes. Okay, so I think the question is, what should he do to crack good companies like product based good companies while he's at third year in the college?
So basically, it's a two-part process. So first is that you get shortlisted for interviews, and then do you actually crack them. So for getting shortlisted for interviews, you should have your resume that can catch eye of the recruiter. So I mean, have good projects on your resume, and as Karan mentioned, connect with people on LinkedIn, and do I mean try to connect with recruiter as well. And then uh, as for preparing for the rounds, doing lead code consistently would be enough. And as you are in college, do I mean have a grasp on your CS concept as well, and try to maintain a decent CGPA so that you get I mean got get crossed out of that due to that.
Makes sense. So yeah, definitely. It's more I really like the answer that you give. Like every single answer has stay consistent. And I think this is the answer to every single problem that I can think of. So yeah, okay. I think rest of the questions are more or less to me. Shreya is asking why did I stop 75 days challenge? So Shreya, like Sandeep mentioned, the challenge is still there. We post question every single day in the Discord community. The only thing that stopped or paused for now is the live videos that I used to do. Couple of reasons, to be honest. One is like it was super hectic, given that it is middle of the day for me. I so if I had been in India, it would have been much better because it would have been after office hours. So now, given it is in the middle of the day, it becomes almost impossible for me to work on both the things at the parallel time. So this is the major reason. And but what I'm doing is I am trying to support the entire community as much as possible asynchronously, so that if you have any query, you can post it in the group. Either me or someone else in the community will help you out. There are people I can see who are solving question every single day. So you have a group, you have people of in the community that will help you in the problem with the consistency and with the moral support as well. So stay active and alive in the community is something that will help you get better. Okay, we have one question from Pavan. I am also in TCS ASC. Can you tell me preferred way to start, and do we need to apply through career site only because getting referral is a bit difficult?
Hey Pawan, so like you can ask people for referral. So what I would suggest you that if you like asking someone for referral, do provide a bit of information about yourself, that why you think you are good for the role. You can describe that you have experience working on these projects. Like in service based company, you may not get good project. This is something that I know as well, but you can obviously make personal project. You can I mean, be solve problems on LeetCode or any other website, and tell them that you have been doing it consistently, and you can have good chance of cracking interviews. So that would increase your odds of getting referral from people. Uh,
Nice. Okay. We have one more question. Sir, should we accept low offer as well? But I want to start as high as possible because I think starting offer matters a lot. What do you think? Sort of take a crack at it, then I'll probably add my answer to it.
so if you are just a college student right now, I would say that instead of being jobless, and if, as long as say like developer profile, do go for it even if it's a low package, and parallelly manage your preparation for whichever company you are targeting. That's what I would suggest, because it would be better to have some developer experience on your resume. That would increase your odds of getting selected than being just a college pass out and not having anything at all. That's what I think.
Okay. So definitely, I'll say plus one to what Saurabh just mentioned. It is definitely better if you have experience, and I would say, given the current market situation, it will not matter as much as it would have mattered 5 years ago. Earlier, it was only used to build on top of what you currently have. Nowadays, at least companies like Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, Google, Intuit, all the good tech companies, they have a very minimum base pay that they will pay you beyond that. And Amazon recently increased that, and for a fresher, I think it's more than 20 lakh as a base pay. I'm just talking about base, nothing else. So they're not going to pay you something below that. So it's not going to matter. As long as you have a relevant experience, you have good skills that will help you earn or get a higher package as compared to not doing anything at all. So it's definitely better to start somewhere instead of starting at zero or staying at zero. So yeah.
Right.
Any other questions, guys, before we put an end to this live session? Okay, I think there is no other question. So, first of all, thank you so much, Saurav, and thank you everyone for watching this video till the end. Uh, I'm I don't know, like the advices that you gave were really really good, and I am pretty sure like they will help out everyone who is watching this video. And whoever is watching this video, please click on the subscribe button and do let us know what you felt about this video, or anything that you want to for us to come up with in the next video in the comment down below. See you in the next video. If you have any problem as well, if you have any questions, do comment on the video and we will get back to you. See you in the
Yeah.
next video. Bye bye.
Bye bye.